So getting back here to kind of putting together the whole breastfeeding picture. When we are bringing baby to breast, our first go-to, as we mentioned earlier, is we want that nipple to baby's nose. And something that I often will encourage moms to, and we do get a lot of questions about this, is what about a breastfeeding pillow? What I have found is in those early days, if you can bring baby to breast independently, so that you're really focusing on that tummy to mummy, it's a really good way to set the foundation for that good latch. Christina, I'm sure, can also speak to this, where we've had moms coming in and they're actually bringing themselves to baby. Or baby will be laying on a breastfeeding pillow or a bed pillow, and mom again will be bringing herself to baby and experiencing low back pain, shoulder and neck strain. So these are all things we don't want. So getting familiar and getting comfortable with that dexterity of physically bringing baby to the breast is ideal, especially in those early days. Little Sally here, I can't tuck her bum in nice and tight, but keeping that diaper area right here in the crook of your arm is a great way to help ensure that we're nice and lined up, we're tummy to mummy. And you may notice that Christina is actually holding her baby in a different position. What position Christina's using is called the football hold. And where this hold gets its name is if we're running down the field with a football, you've got it tucked in nice and tight under your arm. Really, with this position, nothing changes from what we're discussing, the nipple to nose, the tummy to mummy. Instead of, or sorry, I'm thinking of something else. Baby's tummy is still nice and tight to mummy. Sometimes we'll say baby's tummy to mummy's tummy in this position. We are still tummy to mummy, it's just on that side aspect here. Always bringing baby's nose to nipple. We don't want baby to be too high on the breast or too low on the breast, because both of those can impact latching and lead to some pain and discomfort. When baby is on the breast, getting comfortable with what to look for with swallowing. Now swallowing, and I know I had mentioned previously, contacting Niagara parents, and we have some videos we can show. We definitely do, they're wonderful. Another thing that parents will often look for or listen for is a soft ka sound. If you listen to yourself swallowing a glass of water, we kind of make a sound like that. And it's that nasal sound as we're swallowing. That's something we can look for as well to give us a bit of an indicator if baby is truly swallowing at the breast. But if you're ever unsure, we always recommend have somebody look at that feed, even if things are going well, to give you that reassurance and those tips and pieces here and there to make sure that your breastfeeding journey is as comfortable and as enjoyable as it should be. Breast compression, once baby is not doing a whole lot of swallowing, we want to start compressing the breast nice and far back. So looking at Christina here, you'll notice baby's face is lined up with the breast, but Christina's hand is nice and far back, closer to her rib cage, which is exactly what we want to see. Once baby is not doing a whole lot of swallowing, we've tried stimulating baby, we may have stripped baby down, offered a burp. Let's switch to the opposite breast. And that cycle we can carry on and repeat as many times as needed. So sometimes what we'll say is breakfast, lunch, dinner, dessert. They may go back and forth 4 times, and that's totally okay. A question that we do get as well, and just thinking a little bit back to cluster feeding and the quality of feeds, babies are breastfeeding as their sole source of nutrition. So this is what we're recommending for that first 6 months on an exclusive basis. Babies are not necessarily going to have the same feed every time they come to the breast. If we think about ourselves as adults, we may have a glass of water here, a nice big lunch. We're not feeling quite as hungry at dinner, so we're going to have a small bite to eat. Babies are very much the same. As long as baby is doing some really good swallowing, we're seeing lots of pees and poops, those wet and dirty diapers, and we're seeing weight gain, those are our key indicators that things are going well. And we'll get into that a little bit more as we go along.